Okay, so in previous videos we completed our brickwork, and just to refresh your memory of what we've got to, so we can see there's all of our walls with the correct finishes and the correct heights throughout. So now we're going to start adding openings and frames to this model. So in this particular video I will be discussing openings, and the definition of an opening an opening requires a lintel overhead to hold up any brickwork. So it has a structural component overhead. Otherwise, we are just cutting out the wall. So if it's a full height opening, or an example, what we're going to work on here is that front wall to the garage. Because it doesn't need a T-bar, it's not holding up any brickwork, we're going to cut that out to make the opening. So it's basically an opening without any brickwork above. Okay, so before I actually use the opening tool, we're going to actually cut out this opening here. I'm going to go back to our brickwork with DWG view, because the DWG view gives us the points where we need to cut these walls. I'm going to use a split tool. I'm going to cut it there, and we're also going to cut it there. Okay, just press escape and X to select. You can see there's the brickwork we need to cut out, so we can remove that now. There we go. So I mentioned if that was an opening that needed a T-bar, we would use the opening object. Okay, so we do actually have an opening at the rear here that does need a T-bar. So we will now go to the frames with the DWG glasses turned on, and this shows us where the opening is, which is from here to there, and I think the height is 22 courses. So we'll now go to our frames tools, and you can see that there's our frame. So we have doors, entry doors, windows, and here's our opening. So we're going to use the opening tool here. With these tools, always click on the outside first, then click inside and direction. Where that is going to go. Okay, so that opening comes in a default of 900. Needs to be 910, so we can just type in that width here. Selected. There we go. 25 course opening is default, but where the head needs to be at 22. With all of these openings and frames, it's now very important to get that head height of that frame in the correct spot, because that will let the tools know whether we need a T-bar or lintel or solids to the head of the sill. Okay, so let's just zoom out and have a look at that. See, go to our 3D to see how that looks. So I want to actually go to the brickwork view, because that will give us solid brickwork. And there we go. Now, if we jump across to our lintels view quickly, or to explain how the lintels will work as we go, you'll see that that has created a T-bar automatically. But we'll come back and revisit this T-bar when we actually go to our lintels tools. Okay, so that's an external opening. The opening tool knows whether it needs a T-bar or a brick lintel. So we're now going to do a brick lintel. If we go back to our frames DWG, there is an opening here. So this is an opening in a single leaf brickwork at 25 courses high. The wall's 28 courses, so it needs a brick lintel. So it's the same tool. Pick a spot there, and the direction 900. That needs to be 930, so we'll change the width. Head height and the height are now correct, and that's going to draw a possible lintel as well. If we go to our lintels, lintel. So depending on the wall it's in, it knows whether to use a T-bar or a brick lintel. And also note that these openings will also, it will pay plaster on both sides of that opening. It won't pay for your face brickwork clean on these openings. So it knows that there's no, because it knows that it's a brickwork finish, so it won't pay the clean. And because we totally chopped this out, there's no wall there or opening there, it obviously won't pay any render to the front of that opening. So in summary, the tools know how to actually pay for plaster render and face finish. Okay, so that is the only opening internally, and that's the only opening in the garage. So that is it. In the next video, we will start doing some windows. See you there.